Hi everyone, it's Kelvin here, and today I'm going to teach you how to make this delicious, healthy 5 veg pasta. Right, so here are my ingredients. We have pasta, 500 grams. Now I've got spaghetti, but you can use whatever pasta you like. So it might be penne, it might be fusilli, it might be linguine, whatever pasta you like. 1 carrot, a courgette, but I'm only going to use half. An onion, I've gone for red, but you can definitely use white onion as well. A pepper, again, you can have green, yellow or red. Got some basil here. Celery, pardon me. We have celery. I have 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. A can of chickpeas. Pepper. Salt. And oil. I would recommend olive oil, but I currently only have vegetable oil, but I would definitely recommend olive oil if you have olive oil. And I've got my grater here. And here are my pans. So, shall we get started? Excellent. So, I'm going to get myself a knife. So we are going to get started with this. So the best thing about this recipe is that you hardly have to cut anything. So first of all, we're going to cut this onion just so we can get the skin off. And it's really important at this stage that if you're using anything sharp, so any knives, any graters, that you get supervision from a parent or carer. So that's really, really important because we don't want to be using this so it's really sharp. So we don't want to cut ourselves. So it's really important that you get help with this. So I'm just going to cut this onion like so and peel the skin off. And if you compost, you might want to keep the skins. So I'm just going to peel this skin. Peel this skin. So, just going to cut these ends off like this. There we go. And now I'm just going to hold the grater like this and grate. really important that you keep your fingers away from the grater, just holding the onion like so, and you may start crying, such as the beauty of working with onion. So do watch out for some tears. So as you get closer, really be careful with the grater, but you can always ask for help from an adult with this. There we go. Oh, definitely got some tears flowing. On to the next one. Grate the onion. I am really crying now. Lots of tears flowing from my face. Ooh. As you get closer, do be careful. Onion. Next we'll go with the carrot. So if you give it a quick rinse. And great. So remember, when you get to the end, be really, really careful. Really careful. There we go, we'll leave it there. So at this point, if you have a little wash of our hands, at this point, I want you to turn the heat up on your pan. And I've gone for a 5, so I'll get it nice and hot. We want it to be a medium-high heat, so I've started on 5 for now, but we'll probably end up turning it down a little bit later. But you can see it's hot there, so it's really important that when we're using any of the cookers, that we be really, really careful. So we've got our onion. This over here. So we've got our onion and carrot. So now let's go with our pepper. So I'm just going to take this off. I'm just going to cut it off like this. Okay. So now we're going to grate our pepper. So when we get to this middle bit here, I'm just going to take out the core. Like this, take that out. Just don't want any of the seeds in there, do we? Just going to tap out more of the seeds, like this. Grate our pepper. This one's very tricky to grate, so I definitely recommend asking an adult for supervision with this one. It's got lots of bits here. That's very difficult to grate. So that's there. And with the rest, we'll just finely chop them. Just don't want to end up cutting our fingers. There we go. So yeah, we'll keep that in there. Okay, so our pepper's done. Tap it down. So next we will go with our courgette. So I only really want to go halves on this. Again, give it a rinse. Just going to cut the end off here, like so. And now we're going to grate. So again, and we don't have to go too quick. Work at your own pace. So even if it's slow like this, absolutely fine. So you want about half of that. Okay, that's the courgette done. I'll keep this for later. I'm not going to throw this away. So that we'll keep for later. And now I've got celery. So I'm just going to give it a rinse. And we will work on grating our celery. So our pan's getting quite hot now. So I might start introducing start introducing the oil to that. So if you give me a second, it's going to add 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. 1 tablespoon. There we go. So that's going to be quite hot. And we can start adding some of our veg in now, because we need to get rid of a lot of the moisture. Add all that in there, all that goodness. Use this and give it a good old stir. I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit now. It's definitely hot enough. Very, very steamy. So what I want to happen, so all these vegetables have a lot of water in them. So I just want to cook out all that water. So it will take a while, but in the meantime we can still grate our veg. Like there. So we've still got lots of veg here for you to grate. Put that in there. All our veg goodness. So look at the colour. Can you see that colour? Looks absolutely fantastic. So that's what we want to see. Give that a stir. And the smell already just smells fantastic. All this wonderful, wonderful veg. Oh, okay. So it's our second bit of celery. We haven't finished our first one yet. So more grating. Great. Go on to the next one. Maybe we try and go this one. Let's use a slightly smaller grate here. Slightly better with maybe with the celery. Yeah, that works a little bit better. So let's go with the smaller grate if you're. Go. Tap out all that veg in there, veg goodness, and we are going to put all of our grated veg into the pan. So that's that really. So we're going to give it a good stir. And I want this to cook out for at least 10 minutes, but we'll come back to it in a second. So keep an eye on it, stir it occasionally, and now I'm going to clear this mess away. So now's a good time for us to boil some pasta. So I'm going to get the kettle here, and again I would recommend that you get an adult to help with this, okay, because the water is very, very hot. So I want to fill the kettle up. And if you don't have a kettle, you can just boil the water by putting the water in the pan and turning the heat on. Put one there. And now I'm going to put the kettle on like so. So my vegetables are sizzling away. Good, isn't it? You can smell how good that tastes. So next I'm going to these. Slightly bigger knife for this. So in order to peel garlic, the best way I found is by doing that. You hold a knife, press down onto the garlic and just bash the knife like so, and that peels. Makes it easier to peel the skin off. So you get that skin just like that. So this off. Just like so. Now we're just going to finely chop garlic. So again, please use adult help for this. Or if you've got a garlic press, even better. Okay. So I'm going to chuck this garlic into the pan. So now I'm going to turn the heat on this pan once this water's boiled. So the water's now boiled, so it's really, you've got to be really careful at this point. Put that into the pan over here. Put the kettle back. Now I'm going to turn the heat on the water. In the meantime, this is still sizzling away. Making sure we're stirring so that it doesn't burn. But it's looking pretty good so far. Smells lovely. So, to the water, I'm just going to add a little bit of salt. Now, not all of that salt will actually go into the pasta, but it does make the pasta a lot tastier. But you can definitely skip that. Keep stirring. So I think these vegetables are done now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the tomatoes. So add the tin here. 1. And 2. 2 tins of tomatoes. And we can rinse these out just to get all the goodness from it. A little bit of water, cold water. Give it a swirl into the pan. Same with this one. Water, swirl into the pan. Give that a big stir. go. So we're going to let that bubble away. So now this water is bubbling. So we're going to add the pasta. I turn up the pasta. Should just about fit in here. So we're really careful with this bit. So do be really careful. The water's really hot, so I'd recommend, adult does this, as it gets softer, you can just put it down a bit. So be very, very careful with that. Spoon here. And just push the pasta into the water, like this. So I'm going to now make sure that I look at the time, and I want to put that pasta in. So if I look at the packet says that it should be in for 10 to 12 minutes. So I like my pasta a little bit firm, so I'm going to put it in for 8 minutes. So I'm just going to look at the time, and I'm going to make sure that the pasta's only in for 8 minutes. But if you like yours a little bit softer, then put it in for 10 minutes. Go. That's all in there. So I'm going to keep this stirring. Keep this. Make sure I still stir this. A lot of vegetable goodness in there. Just turn the heat down a little bit. Keep that moving. Should have spaghetti sticks. So it's looking pretty good at the moment. Pasta's bubbling away. You can see via the steam. And this is what the pasta looks like. So next I'm going to get the basil and chop the basil up very roughly. To put into the sauce. You can keep the stalks as well. Lots of flavour in there. So very roughly chop the basil. it goes into the sauce. Big stir. Really start to smell fragrant now. So now I'm just going to check the time. So my pasta's been in there for about 6 minutes. So I've got about 2 more minutes to go on the pasta. Making sure I stir it now and again. So, at this point, let's get a ladle like this. And what I always do is just get some of this pasta water and put it into the sauce. And this really helps to make the sauce very smooth and silky. And also, when we put the pasta in it, helps it cling to the pasta, so all the pasta sucks up this wonderful sauce and it tastes absolutely fantastic. So next I'm going to sort out chickpeas. So go to this can. Drain the chickpeas, some water up, and be careful with this bit, it's very sharp, so I'd get an adult and put the chickpeas in, like so. Give it a good mix, like that. Make the chickpeas lovely, because we just want to heat those through because they're already cooked. Our pasta has been in now for 7 minutes, so I'm just going to taste one. And it really does depend, as I said, on how you like your pasta. I like mine firm, so I'm going to very carefully get out one piece. It's very hot, so please don't do this. Up there. So, my pasta has been in for 7-8 minutes. This has been blipping along very nicely, so now I'm going to drain my pasta. I'm going to turn the heat off. And I'm just going to get a bowl here for when I drain my pasta, so that I can keep some of the water. Bowl down here. Just a bit of a wash. So I'm just going to get a colander here. Drain my pasta. So again, please do this with an adult. So we'll leave the pasta here. I've got the water here, it's very hot. So I'm just going to use a tea towel. It's over here. Just to get this bowl out. It's very, very hot, so really be careful getting adult for this. Keep that pasta water there. There we go. So how's this doing? It's looking good. Very nice. So that's looking really good. So I'm going to get my pasta, slide it into the sauce. Give it a big stir. So this is a fun bit. So I'm going to give it a nice big stir. All the sauce gets in there. So it's already looking a little bit like I need to add some of this water. So we've got this water here. I'm just going to add a little bit of the pasta water. There it goes. Just increase that sauciness. Nice big mix. I'm going to let that cook in the sauce, just so it's, as I said before, it sucks up all of that wonderful sweet flavour. A little bit more water. Get that pasta going. So I'll let that cook for another 2 or 3 minutes. So let that blip away. Bloop, 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 bloop. See the pasta sucking up all the sauce. So now is about the time that you will want to check for seasoning. So I'm just going to get a little bit and check what it tastes like. This is going to be very, very hot, so you have to blow it. Lovely, absolutely lovely. So For me, I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And I'm also going to add a little bit of sugar, but this is optional. Of course, you'll want to adjust to your taste. That's what I'm going to do. Sugar down here. So I'm just going to add a pinch of sugar. Good. Yeah, lovely. Stir. Go now. You can turn the heat off. I think it's time we plate it up. Get a plate first. Right here. So I think it's about time that we plate it up. So, just going to use a fork. Put it onto the plate. That'll be enough for one person. Go. Get some of that sauce in there. On top. Get some of those lovely chickpeas on there. Lovely. Now, you're going to put some basil. This is all optional at this point, just to make it look good. Some very big basil leaves, so I might just try and find some smaller ones. Get these ones here. Just going to put some young basil leaves here. And this is optional, so if you're vegan, feel free to use vegan cheese. But I like this Italian hard cheese. So I'm just going to grate some on top. Like so. should be fine. And finish off with some pepper, but again, optional. Clean up the plate. And there we have it. Bon appetit. For the first cook along, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any ideas for recipes or there's something that you'd like me to cook, send your ideas over to feedback@elhap.org.uk, and you can also send me a photo of your creations. I would absolutely love to see them. Anyway, I hope you enjoy your meals, and I look forward to seeing you all next week for another lovely meal. Bye.